Hey everyone, welcome to your timeless bonus reading. And in this reading, we're going to be looking at what is your next 6-month adventure going to look like. Now, it is a general reading, of course, so it's going to be more of a high-level view just to give you an idea of what's coming your way over the next 6 months. Regardless of when you come across this reading is timeless. If you want more specific information for your life, then I do provide personal readings, and all that information is in the description box below. I also provide to the general public on YouTube my monthly by zodiac sign readings. I also do weekly by zodiac element readings as well. So if you're interested in any of those, there are playlist links at the end of this video, so you can check those out. But for this reading, it is a pick a card, so you have 3 options. The first one is going to be a green hot air balloon. Number 2 is the blue hot air balloon, and number 3 will be the red hot air balloon. I'm going to start with the green hot air balloon now. If you want to jump to one of the others, then the timestamps are in the description box below. So let's jump right in. All right, my Capricorns, if you chose reading number 1, which is the green hot air balloon, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by seeing what the Creator wants you to know about the energy and the experiences that you're bringing into your first month, and what you do with that during that first month. And for that, we're going to pull a card here from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Let's give it a good shuffle here, and we'll see what I want you to know. All right, Creator, so for the first month, what do you want Capricorns to know about that month? Okay. Right off the bat, so you have intention. You got number 22, which is a powerful master number as well. And yeah, so it's really about understanding what you want to birth. And so you have that owl in here that has the little wish, that you make with the dandelion seedlings. And, what do you want to wish? And, do you feel you need to do it all on your own? This owl sitting on this giant egg, and is that egg what you're really wanting? What's your true intentions that you're wanting? Because whatever you focus on grows, right? And sometimes we're focusing on things that we're not intending to grow, like lack in our life, like we're focusing on what we don't have. And so what we don't have grows and grows, and we're like, wait a minute. And we more go into the other, what is it that what we do want, we focus on that, and then that grows instead. So let's see what message comes with this in the little book that comes with these. It says, deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. So inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing that you're hitting your mark. Recognize you're not the one who has to do all of the work, however. Others help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the world, then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. So own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. So really getting clear about what you want to focus on in your life. What is it that you want? Not that what you've been told you should want and all that, but what do you really want? It's funny that I get this image when this card pops up of a chicken sitting on an egg, and it turns out that egg is a little alligator, and it snaps its butt after it hatches. And it's this awareness of, are you really focusing on the dream that you want, or is it a dream that someone else has wanted for you? And so this is a good awareness that you're coming into with this, because you really get to decide what your dreams truly are, and then you make that energy adjustment on how and what you're investing it into. We'll get more clarity around this too with these Light Seers deck, and we'll see what else the Creator would like you to know about this first month. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Capricorns to know about this first month, please? Okay, we want this one and this one. Okay, what else? Okay, and that one and that one. So we will look at this one first because it made itself known. And so the Page of Wands, this is, it's talking about all the magic and the energy and the drive, the things that you're pointing. And the page is all about new ways, new energy that's coming in. The page also represents like a childlike feel to it. And, if you can think back of when you were, a young child before you had your dreams, your bubbles popped of your dreams, that you were like, this is what I want to be, this is what I'm going to do. Well, that's not really going to be feasible because, whether it's artists don't make money, you need to do something more, reasonable, blah, 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 whatever it is that, society or people around you told you who you should be and who you shouldn't be, it puts you in this cage. Well, before that, you have this free feeling that anything is possible until they teach you that becomes mission impossible. So I love this new energy that's coming in because it's returning you back to that place where you're like, what? If I want to live my dream, I can live my dream. And you have this new passion. When you're trying to live someone else's dream, you wake up and you think about, I don't even want to get out of bed. I just want to go back to sleep. When you are living your dream and taking steps towards your dream, you wake up and go, I can't wait to get started on that next thing I'm going to do today. So that's the difference of the energy that will come in for you there. And Ten of Pentacles is all about abundance. It's all about, it's like a legacy. Not only do you benefit from the things, from the dream that you truly want to do, it benefits others in this lifetime, which is represented by these in the forefront, and then also for generations to come. This also can represent, this is the tree of life here, and the Ten of Pentacles can represent breaking cycles and chains that have been coming from generation to generation to generation. So you can cut those chains, make those adjustments, whether it's like everyone in the family always went into the military, or everyone in the family always was in the police force, so everyone in the family always continued in the family business. It's that those are like the physical types of stuff that you can go, what? I don't want to do that. My dream is to do this. And when you do that, that allows others to go, thank goodness, because I didn't want to do this either. I want to go do this. And so it's like, at a club, I don't know why this example is coming up, but I'm just going to roll with it because, if you go to a club and no one's dancing yet, and the music starts and everyone's just standing around looking at each other going to go, who's going to go first? It takes one person to go out, and then a mob of people go out to dance. It just took someone to take the first step to break a chain, and that's what you're doing here. And that also, of course, goes into all levels of, unhealthy patterns, could be alcoholism, some sort of type of substance abuse, or, physical abuse. But it can be thoughts and mentalities about things, family beliefs that have been handed down from generation to generation. You get to be the one that breaks the chains in your generation. King of Swords. So swords are all about thoughts, beliefs, mentalities. So as I was saying, you master those. And the King of Swords masters that by balancing all those thoughts with his heart. You see all these messengers too. You have the owl, which the owl here. So you've got the owl again. So the owl might be kind of a spirit animal for you. If it is, just Google like spirit animal owl and just see what resonates with you. But you've got the bat, and you've got the dragonfly, and you've got the crow. So you've got all these different mentalities and thoughts that are coming in for you. And so that is really a message of that you're mastering what you believe. You've questioned what you believe, and you're balancing your heart and your mind to where you're not just, stuck with everything that you were, handed in life. You actually have been questioning things for a while, and you're opening up to new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things. And again, going back to this page of wands where you're just opening up, allowing, advice. We always accept advice from the outside, but we don't have to take that on as absolute. We can still keep our whole path open to new possibilities. And then you have the Two of Pentacles here, and this is about balance. Pentacles 2, so this is your human side of you living this life on this earth with all the conditioning and everything. And then this is that beautiful spiritual energy, the spiritual you, your soul, your higher self. And so this is about balancing, the King of Swords is about balancing mind and heart. And this is also a message of balancing human and spirit. So your human actor side of you that you live on the planet, the human character, and then the spiritual actor behind the character, this powerful, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love that's so powerful and limitless, coming down to experience what it might feel like to be this limited human being and go through this wonderful adventure that we're in. So it's really about making sure to connect and balance your life between the physical world and your spiritual world as you go through this. And those intentions mentioned, really connecting to your spirit side too, because to understand what you truly want in this life really takes us connecting to our higher selves, because we're so influenced by opinion as the human character that it's difficult for us to see things clearly. But when we connect to our higher self, we really get to the heart of the matter, to the loving piece, how we want to express unconditional love to the world. And then once we find that intention, we move forward to it. Yep. So you have the Ten of Pentacles there. The Nine of Pentacles is showing that you're going to find a lot of this stuff on your own. You're going to become fruitful on your own within you. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to be in relationships or have friendships or have activity, but you're going to find that this fruitfulness, this new awareness you're going to find within you, this new abundance, this new gratitude. It's not going to be something that's shared yet within the outer world. You're going to be more having this happen in your inner world. And again, you have your winged messengers here that are bringing those messages of love to you. So just really spend some time making sure you are spending your alone time connecting to the higher realms of unconditional love and light, because that is what's going to show you what you're truly wanting and let you see what your true worth is. You are this perfect being that's unconditionally loved by such a host of beautiful, powerful, amazing individuals. Most of all, our Creator, where we all come from, the spirit of our Creator, the Holy Spirit, whatever your faith is, and then the whole myriad of group of beings of unconditional love and light that love you. All these messengers, all these cheerleaders, the support that's around you all the time. And so this is going to be a big, pivotal, bing, a aha moment of understanding what it is you truly want and separating that from what you think you should do into what you really want to do with your life. Who do you really want to be? And then next we're going to move into the following 2 months. And for that, we're going to pull a card here from the Art of Manifestation Oracle and see what the Creator would like you to know about these next 2 months. All right, what else would you like our Capricorns to know about the next 2 months? Okay. And you got authenticity, number 2. I'll let you see that and then I'll read that. But there you go. That is you taking time and connecting to your higher self, the higher realms, and being filled with all that love and that light. And it says, hold your head up high, walk tall, and be your authentic self. This card asks you to shed the masks that you believed you were required to wear. Walk to the beat of your own drum and do not be afraid to shine. In doing so, you give others permission to do the same. So that's everything we talked about, definitely about the, breaking the chains. You don't have to carry on beating the drum of the family or the society or what's always been done, continuing that on. You get to be the one that stands up for you and what you want and breaking that chain. And like we talked about as well, when you do that, it allows others to do it too. So you get to be the one that gets like, you know what, I'm getting out on the dance floor, and everyone else goes, yay, we're joining you too, because thanks for being the one to lead the way. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Everyday Tarot. And you can see what else the Creator wants you to know about these next 2 months. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Capricorns to know about the next 2 months, please? Okay. And that one, and that one. What else? Okay, that one. And any others, please? Those two. Okay, and final pass. Anything else? Yep, that is it. Okay, so we got to these two and these. Yep, so I got the Two of Wands, and so wands are about your energy, your drive, your spirit even, and the Two of Wands is about making the plans, making new plans. And it's so perfect for this because here you discover what it is you really want to do, and here you are given that permission for these next 2 months, and you got a 2 and then the 2, right? So it's like, yes, for the next 2 months, you're making plans about where you want to go. It's not about taking a ton of action yet, but it's about, okay, how am I going to get from here to here? And so you get to take this time to, making plans is taking action in a way. It's those first steps. So you're connecting to your higher self, you're seeing what you want, and then you're just intuitively really looking at what you want to do. And again, here's the Nine of Pentacles. So you're taking this awareness of your abundance and what you want, and you're continuing that. So I really feel like this is like keeping your plans to yourself for these 2 months. And I really feel that has to do for most of you that the changes you want to make are going to impact several people. And if you tell them now during these 2 months, they're just going to try to poke holes in everything that you want to do, because they're going to go into fight or flight mode, and they're going to, fight and defend themselves. And they feel in defending themselves in their life, they need to keep you where you're at and keep things as it is and control you. And so during these 2 months, it's like, just plan your what you want to do privately and to yourself. You will let them know. It's not like you're going to keep secrets. It's just like, for this, it's time for you to decide what you want to do. And during these 2 months, you kind of develop this bravery and this excitement about it, that when they come, it's not going to influence you as much. Then you got the Eight of Cups. And during this time, you're really determining, what you're leaving behind. These cups are emotions. So it's like, what are the things that no longer serve you? What are the relationships, the emotions that no longer serve you? And you're deciding what you're leaving behind. So that's just definitely a message there. Okay, yeah, because you have the High Priestess. So really getting to know what you want. The High Priestess is your communicator to the higher realms and what you want to, communicate with. She's the one that is able to look into the unknown, into your subconscious, the unconscious, really diving deep into the roots of what you're wanting and why. And so as you're making these decisions and making these plans, this is definitely, like I mentioned, making sure you connect to your intuition, your gut, getting out of your mind, connecting to your higher self, your higher posse, this whole realm of higher beings of unconditional love and light. They have a big picture view and an upper high level view where they can see that. So definitely that's the message for you with that one. Nine of Wands, and don't give up. The Nine of Wands is about, you might feel like you have barriers that are blocking you, but you can see that you have a hand on a wand here, and that you're going to be able to remove that and walk on through. So this is about resilience. Don't give up. Keep going. No matter if you feel you have obstacles that you can't move around, that's definitely when you want to consult the higher realm. They have the wisdom, they have the knowledge, they have the awareness of, there's an example of, there's this mountain and you're like, I can't get through this mountain, and it has steep cliffs. I can't even climb up it. What am I going to do? I'm hitting this. And they're like, take 3 steps to your left. Oh, thank you. So obstacles can be removed that easily. And then you have 6 of Swords, which is definitely about, swords are your beliefs, your mindsets, your old plans even. And this is about moving from old ones to new ones. And so it's definitely, a month of inner change for you, inner action, questioning your beliefs, what you're ready to let go of. And that also has to do with your belief in abundance and your abilities and your worth. And so, this is when you're connecting to your authentic self and realizing your true authenticity of who you want to be. This is really the month where you figure out what you're letting go and leaving behind and what you're going to move toward. And that's why you're keeping that quiet, because, like I said, it's going to impact people, and that's okay. You can't control what other people are going to feel. And yeah, you might think, well, I need to make sure they're going to be okay. You can never make sure someone's going to be okay, because that's their inner choice. That's their inner journey, their inner adventure. They get to choose, You're like, if you let them know, like, let's say it's a company, and you're like, you know what, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice, or my month notice. I'm going to move on into this, new part of my life, this new, adventure. It's something I really am passionate about. They can choose to go, oh, wow, how exciting for you. Yes, please, thank you for giving me the notice. I'm going to bring someone in, and if you don't mind training them, and it'll be a smooth transition. And wow, still keep in touch. I'm excited to see what you do with your adventure. Wow, wouldn't that be awesome? Or they can become defensive and feel betrayed and go, I can't believe you're going to go do that. That's stupid. What about, blah, 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 blah. They get to choose how they're going to react to any situation, and you have nothing to do with that. Yeah, we can make it an easier or harder choice for someone to make a decision, but ultimately they make that decision. So you can go in and say, hey, I hate this company, I'm leaving in a month, bye. Well, that's going to make it a harder decision for them to support your decision. But, if you go in going, I appreciate all the experience I've had here, and I appreciate the opportunities you gave, and this doesn't have to do with your company. It's something that I want to pursue for me, and I want to live my dream, and so I thank you so much. And would 2 weeks notice be okay, or do you need a month? It's all about how you communicate it will make it a harder, easier choice, but ultimately they make that decision. Okay, enough of that. Then we're going to go look in the next 2 months here, and for that we're going to pull a card here from this Energy Oracle deck. See what else the creator would like you to know. I just looked up my camera and it was 22 minutes, 22 seconds. So 2222. Very synchronistic. All right, creator, what do you want our Capricorns to know about the next 2 months, please? Okay. Oh, you get 2 cards. Nice. So you've got the Thinking Woman, card number 47. Let you see that. And you've got Caring Connections, number 14. And we'll read from the book for both of these. So, the Thinking Woman, female of wisdom, or understanding. So this card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. So this woman could be a friend who helps you express and understand your feelings, or she could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take you in a new direction. This could also be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or, like the thinking man, this card could represent a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to the world. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. Like I talked about shining, don't, hold back from shining. So I really feel for majority of you, this isn't about new love or another individual coming in, but that last message about, a side of yourself is ready to blossom and bring you clarity and help you bring assistance to the world. So finding your voice, letting your wisdom shine is what that's going to mean. And then number 14 here is about friendship, partnership of two, and the possibility of love. This card shows a couple in a tender embrace with a woman holding the blossoms of new love. So a lot of blossoming messages coming in here for you. And it says, like the community card, this reveals a caring connection. This one shows it's usually between two people and signals the beginning or deepening of a kindred spirit friendship or even the appearance of new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. So when this card appears, be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. And the relationships you already share may become more intimate, purposeful, or present at this time. Notice the opportunities to forge new or deeper bonds. There may be a tender karmic connection at hand. So, really new beginnings, new relationships, deeper, if you have existing relationships, those that you leave behind, but those that you choose to keep, you just grow deeper in those connections. And when it mentions the community card here, that also for me has a special meaning because it's like Three of Cups energy, which is for me an indicator from the spiritual realm about this support that you have from this spiritual community of unconditional love and light above you. So it's really about, this is like the brain, the thinking, the side of you that's ready to be shown, the authentic you, and this spiritual connection as well. So the balance between heart and mind is still following through in these messages here. Balancing that, you don't have to be so spiritually minded, you're no earthly good, but also not so much involved in the physical things that you don't have that spiritual connection that to your authentic self. We're also going to pull some additional cards here from this Everyday Tarot. Let's see what else the Creator would like you to know. This is where, this is where you're keeping it to yourself. Yeah, this is about where you announce it to the world, like it said, and you're letting your light shine. So it's definitely a time of announcements, of giving notice of movement into those new steps that you were doing with all your planning with that Two of Wands. All right, Creator, what else do you have for our Capricorns for these next 2 months? Okay, anything else? Okay, and last pass. Okay. Yeah. No kidding. Okay. So, here we go. So here's the Five of Swords. So exactly as I was talking about, these are where you're communicating and giving your message and they're walking away. And they're like, okay, fine. And so, there are some people that are going to have their feelings hurt, but don't let that, change your movement forward, because again, that was their choice on what they were going to believe. And, don't judge them either, because, they are only acting out the way, swords are about beliefs and thoughts. So they are only reacting by what they're thinking and what they're believing at the time, and they can't act and believe any other way until they change their thoughts and belief, right? So just know that it's like, okay, this came as a shock to them. I'm going to allow them to, voice whatever they need to voice, but just knowing that it's out of fear and not out of intentions towards you. It's a reaction out of fear to defend themselves, and they don't realize what they're doing. It's like someone drowning and you jumping in and they're beating you, and because they're just reacting, they don't realize they're hitting you. So just know that that's what's going on, and you allow that to, grace for them, and not taking it personally. So you don't need to react and, get angry back at them. Just know that it's not about you. Okay. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is all about, you got you're starting to do your work, take your steps. You've got people who are supporting you. You got people who are apprentice of watching you. And like it mentioned, that with you making the change, they're making the change. So they're seeing the changes you're making, and they're making those as well. So people that are learning from you and people that are supporting you and helping you along the path there. So this is definitely, a positive thing. You've got these who are going to have their butt hurts about it, your decisions, and those that are going to be like so on board with it. It's like I talked about, right? You have I'm going to move this one over here, because this one, you have the Five of Pentacles. So, this is about the motions of being out on your own, not being supported. And, this feeling that, you're out in the cold, literally in the snow, but that's because of this Five of Swords feeling that comes here, this 5 and this 5. And we're actually going to move these over here because 4 and 1 is 5 here. So this is about those relationships that you hope were going to care for you. But people are going to show you their true colors and their support for you or not. And those that have their first reaction of like, what the hell are you doing? There's those that'll come around and go, I'm so sorry, I was just afraid for you and afraid for me. But now I'm calmed down, and I see things clearly, and I totally support you. Other people are just going to stick to their guns, and those are the ones that you can leave behind, because you don't have to keep those toxic relationships around anymore. Because you got this King of Pentacles, which is all about success and thankfulness and gratitude, feeling abundant, having everything, so this is definitely a success card for you. So 3 of Pentacles, you got all that support, and you're definitely moving in the right direction, because it's saying that you take the steps, you make the moves, you're going to be successful at it. Yep, you're going to make mistakes along the way, which means things don't always turn out exactly as you're wanting to or how you want them to, unfold. But just know everything's unfolding for you, and that you're going to have everything you need in one way or another. Yeah, so you got the King of Swords here, which you had over here. So it's about making sure you're balancing your mind and your heart still. So, another message of that for you, just to make sure to maintain that balance, heart and mind, or heart and mind. Yep, 7 of Cups. So you're going to have a bunch of emotions going on here, and you don't have to judge yourself for what you're feeling here, because what that means is that you're going to doubt yourself at times, and then you're going to beat yourself up about doubting yourself, and then you're going to beat yourself up about, did I make the right decision? Oh my God, you're going to have all this stuff coming. But just know that that's normal, that's natural. You don't need to resist them. You can feel them. You don't need to act on them. And you can always come back to this true north feeling of this is your authentic self. Come back to what your dream is. Always come back to you. Come back to this, because that's the foundation that's going to keep you on your path and keep you going there. Yeah, the Hierophant is all about the supposed tos as far as your spirituality is concerned. The Emperor is the one represents society. We're free as a child, and then we have all these rules and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos that are put on us that we need to do, and so that is what suppresses us. The Hierophant comes after that, And the Hierophant is the one that does that and organizes our spirituality, tries to confine it and limit it into what they think and feel is acceptable. But, this is that message of go back to authenticity. Don't buy back into the restrictions of who you should be spiritually, who you should be physically, all the shoulds. You get to be you. You get to express and live your dreams. Because if you're not living your dreams, you're not living, you're just existing. And you'll go back and remember how it was, the chicken sitting on the alligator egg. You're birthing someone else's dream, and that's just going to bite you in the butt, and you're not going to feel fulfilled. In fact, they might eat you. You are fulfilling their dreams, not your own. So it's about living and fulfilling your dream. Yeah. Because this is a reminder of where you were at. You've had enough. All these thoughts and beliefs. These are all the things that when you try to obtain all those, control those, fulfill all those expectations, it's exhausting. And so you end up, laying on your back, all those expectations, disappointing you, stabbing you in the back. But the good news is this is the ending and the new beginning. And you get to look and you see the sun rising. And then you start with the Ace of Swords, which is all about any of the King of Swords here. So you have, mastering all those thoughts and those minds. You're realizing what you're letting go and what you no longer need. What I love about this deck is they have 4 of the swords are highlighted here in a different color, in a brighter color. And the 4 of Swords is about resting your mind, letting those things go that no longer serve you, like this 8 of Cups, but where that's the emotions, letting those emotions go that no longer serve you. This is letting go those thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you because they didn't serve you. They only stabbed you in the back and exhausted you with all the blood that was draining out of your body, all that life energy that was draining out of your body. All right. So lastly, we're going to move into the final month here. And this is going to represent just kind of where you ended up at the end of this 6-month adventure as you roll into your next adventure. Because yes, it's adventure after adventure after adventure after adventure. Even when we have our death scene here in our character we're playing, ends, its participation in the drama, we continue on forever and ever on new adventures. So our adventure never ends. And for this, we're going to pull 1 card from the Secret Language of Light and just see what the final message from the Creator is for you. All right, Creator, what else would you like them to know for their final message for our Capricorns that chose reading number 1, please? Okay. That one was jumping out. And we got soul mating, and that's card number 34. So it's really about connecting to your higher power, really combining together with your soul, like it says, your authentic self here. And we'll read from the book here. And we do come across soulmates in our life. I mean, you have a lot of interaction here about physical connection with people, but it's really about the purpose that they have for your life. And this is embrace your soul to reveal a partner. And this mentioned partner too. Could be business partner, friend, partner, and partner in crime, for your life, or, a romantic partner. But it says a new encounter or a deepening of an already existing union will profoundly change the way you perceive unconditional love. And that mentioned that in here too, about the deepening of an existing relationship. Chemistry between 2 people does not mean they are life partners. You've entered each other's life to awaken, expand, and open your hearts so wide they may never close again. It may last for a moment, a season, or a lifetime. Time is not necessary to shift the cogs of your heart and feel the absolute ecstasy of you. A moment can open you to euphoria. The purpose of a soul relationship is to mirror your love and light and melt away any hard edges or walls you have built. Whatever is mirrored will intensify. love, and peace will feel bigger, but so will fear or pain. And this reveals any wounds that hold us away from love, so we can heal them as we embrace more of the love we already recognize. Wow. And these cards come with inspired reflections and actions. There's 3 of them here, and so whichever ones resonate with you, you can kind of look at over these next 6 months. The first one is, don't talk about old relationships. Focus on what you want now. Number 2, fall in love with yourself. Treat yourself as your beloved. Nourish your heart with tenderness. Care for yourself as if you are the most important person in the world and know how lovable you are. Wow. And number 3, when you are meditating, place a rose quartz near or on your heart area to help you feel unconditional love for yourself and others. And lastly, this has journal work, which if you feel so inclined, it says write down 7 things you want to experience in a new or current romantic relationship. Write down how you expect each item to make you feel and see if you can find that feeling in your life now, because you attract into your life what you are. Lovely. I love these messages for sure. So just know as you're going out the 6 months adventure, just every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. Enjoy your 6-month adventure. We'll talk to you soon. You take care. Right, my Capricorns, if you chose reading number 2, which is the blue hot air balloon, then this is the reading for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Enchanted Map Oracle. And what this is going to represent is what the Creator wants you to know about the energies and the experiences that you're bringing into this first month, and what you're going to do with those during that first month. So let's give these a good shuffle. All right, Creator, what do you want our Capricorns to know about their first month, please? Okay, I feel like that is the one. Yep, no others. You've got Moonlight. That's number 51 there. Beautiful picture there. So yeah, definitely finding the light during these, this lower feeling time that you're feeling. So there's some hurt energy, some dark energy, and I'm so sorry for everything that, you've been going through to put you in this dark place here. But what's wonderful is that you're going to be able to see the light within this darkness. And it's really going to be about, the moon is all about connecting to the emotional side, seeing the truth, seeing into the unknown, the hidden, understanding things more deeply. And it brings that feeling of hope into your life as well. So it's a good month, knowing that whatever is happening was happening for you, not to you. It's really going to be this transformational month of seeing, like I said, things more clearly. It says your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, the logical, and the analytical. So follow it. The moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. So resist the second guessing of yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. It's a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. So Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So definitely It's going to be a highly intuitive month where you're going to be getting a lot of gut feelings. The veil's going to be especially thin for you, so you're going to be getting messages from all over the place, a lot of synchronicities, things like that. And don't second guess yourself, even though logically you're like, well, there's no physical proof of, that information. It's like, if it feels like it's coming from a place of unconditional love of spirit, then consider that, don't dismiss it. And if you don't want to act on it, put it on the shelf and use it. Look for other synchronicities, other validations. And with that veil being thin, you can connect to the other side more clearly. And so the Creator, Spirit, Holy Spirit, whatever your faith is, your guardian angels, spirit guides, loved ones on the other side, they all are willing to help and guide you on this journey that you have. So if you, ask them for signs and answers and questions, you'll get them. Especially during this month, it's like going to be a highly intuitive month for you. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers deck. And just see what else the Creator would like you to know about this first month. And one more time. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Capricorns to know about that first month, please? Okay. What else? Anything else? Okay. And last pass. Anything else, please? Nope. All right, so yeah, you've got, we're going to start with this one here because this is the Five of Swords. They got these, swords are all your thoughts, beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, things like that. And really what is coming up, from this past events and things are, there's one specific belief and thought that's been challenging over and over again, and it's right in your ear. Whenever I see this, I wish I could make a good crow sound, but it's like, in your ear, and it's in your face, and there's nothing that you can do to, look past that. There's, you look over here, and there's someone that's reached the top. There's blood, sweat, and tears. You got to the place you thought you wanted to be, but you still feel unfulfilled and don't feel whole and complete like you thought you were. It also represents having kind of won the battle but lost the war with someone. So, you proved your point to someone, and this is a general reading, so it varies for all of you, but you were right. And they're like, fine, you're right, but I'm out of here. And it's like, well, you always need to be right, and so you win, you get it, but I'm no longer gonna speak with you, or I'm withdrawing away from you. And so that has brought you into this mindset for some of you, but a lot of it has to do with these expectations that were set before and what was supposed to fulfill you, and you reach the summit and you're like, so where's the reward I thought I was going to have? And it's like, nope, it's not there. And let me see here. Actually, they want me to look at these other two first here. Yeah, okay. And here you go. So this is the Eight of Cups, and so this is the cups are emotions. These are things that you're letting go of, walking away from, things, relationships that are no longer serving you. So you are having this little ritual where you're, burning away the things that no longer are supporting where you're wanting to head and what you're wanting to do. And so you're walking away into sunlight here. So into new paths, new emotions, new things for yourself. And I love that because you've got this beautiful message that's coming up in here, and that, sorry, the garbage truck is driving by if you hear that. You got this Ace of Wands, which is all about your spiritual energy, the fire, the drive, the ignition within you. And you have this situation here where you're like, because of these emotions and these realizations on, when I did what I did, I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. And these emotions and these connections, these relationships, so it can be relationship, job, whatever it might be, or like whatever situation, I'm ready to leave this behind. And because you're choosing and making these choices and this awareness here, connecting to your intuition of what you really want, you're getting this blast of new energy and new fire within you, a new spiritual connection. This is very much your third eye and intuition as well. That's just guiding you. In fact, I'm going to put that over here because this is like really being guided by listening to your intuition. And you're like, okay, I see things more clearly for what they were. I'm ready to, move on to something new and different. Which brings you into this Three of Pentacles. This is you doing the work, doing the job, teaching even, and you've got a student, so apprentice, people that are watching you and learning from you as you do this. So it can depend on, again, general reading, whatever situation you're kind of in, and you have someone that's supporting you, helping you with the work. And so in this new endeavor, this new place you want to go, it's, you have the green light to move forward and follow your dream instead. And this Nine of Wands is telling me that, you're like, I want to do it and I'm starting on it, but I feel blocked. I feel like I can't move toward that. I can't move forward. But if you look, you're the one here that's holding this wand here, that's holding the fence together. So, it's like you're being hesitant. And you can literally, she could walk over this barrier, but it's like, kind of like this you have this mental block, this belief that's holding your action back from moving forward. And so you're kind of suppressing your own fire, or you had in the past. And what this is this, we're talking about what the Creator wants you to know about what's going on, getting this clarity around it and going, okay, I'm the one that's holding myself back. My fear is what I don't want to, acknowledge, because then that means, I'll move forward. And you can dive into that, with this moonlight that helps you get into the unknown that's going into your unconscious. What are you fearing about it? Are you fearing success because you fear you'll lose it? Or are you fearing failure because you feel you'll be judged by it? And so really a journey here of understanding what is going on with you inward, because you have this fire that's just burning so bright within you. You are feeling the pressure. It's like water building up in a hose that you haven't released the nozzle. You just feel that tightness growing and you're like, I've got to do something. And that's because that feeling is starting to overtake your fears. It's to where when you have that, I've got to do something, and your fear noise is so much more lower than that noise, that's when you're going to make a leap and make a change. And we're going to look into this more. During these next 2 months here, we're going to see what the Creator wants you to know. We're going to pull a card here from the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. Let's see what the Creator wants you to know about these next 2 months. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Capricorns to know about these next 2 months, please? Okay. I think that is the one there. Yep. Let go gracefully. Number 32. I'll let you see that, and then I'll read it. So something in your life is calling for you to let go. You think? Let go gracefully. Whatever has taken place in your past, it is time to move forwards, and letting go will make way for the new. Whether this is a person, a situation, an outdated thought, or behavior pattern, this card comes to assure you that new horizons are waiting for you. So yes, I love this for you, because this shows me that, this comes to climax here, and you get all this information during this first month. And then during these next 2 months is when you decide and make that leap of letting go gracefully. It doesn't have to be, this harsh letting go. You just, and maybe that, I kind of feel like for a large majority of you, it's this slowly letting go of things, piece by piece. And then, we'll see what happens in these next 2 months, but I really feel like this is when you make those decisions and you do let go, and this is just going to open you up to so much more. But we're going to ask more about these 2 months here, and we're going to pull cards here from the Everyday Tarot and just see what else the Creator would like you to know about these next 2 months. Okay, one more time. Wow, that was a very careful shuffle. All right. Well, that makes sense. So step by step. Creator, what else would you like our Capricorns to know about these next 2 months, please? That was funny. They were like, yes, it's a very step-by-step letting go of. Capricorn minds, they have their very specific ways they like to do things. Organized, clarity, like picking these cards. It's like that one. All right, any others, please? Last pass here. Okay, and those last two. So you got here, again, the 3 of Pentacles. So you had that here. So definitely it's doing the work, unfolding, getting the support. It's just really showing that what you discovered about the work that you want to do, you're putting into action and you're taking steps towards it here. And yeah, so Chariot, you've made the choice. You are, just really this is, you made the choice, you're taking action, you're grabbing the reins, you're allowing yourself to move past, the emotions, the waters back here are in your past. You're letting these emotions go, and the hesitancy go, and you're taking charge. And so you're really letting that take fruition. And then you've got these 2 here. Yep. So we got Queen of Cups. So this is like, the High Priestess, definitely about your intuition. She's the emotional, cups are the emotions, and the feminine side on cards represents a tint of the emotions as well. So emotions, really High Priestess feel to it. You're connecting to the other side, you're connecting to the deep knowledge and so you trust in your intuition as you make these choices. You're trusting your gut because you just really feel, especially during this time frame here, you really saw how information that came to you, those things that you put on the shelf to get confirmation were confirmed over and over and over again. And it happened so much during this month, almost to the point of freaking some of you out, but that you trust it now. And you're like, I'm listening because it's given me great information. Ace of Wands. So more that energy and spark is still there and flowing through into this here. Yep. Then you got the Queen of Pentacles. So again, emotional, but Pentacles is about the outside, about abundance, nurturing, making sure you're taking care of yourself. White Rabbit, things are multiplying, things are coming in. So it's showing success, it's showing positive movement and growth. Make sure to take some time out in nature, get away from things. So that'll help you continue to maintain this high amount. Don't wear yourself out. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. So self-care is important during this time because you have the capacity, Capricorns, to wear yourself out. Yep, 9 of Pentacles. So a lot of awareness, but this is about you, inner gratitude, being by yourself. Again, this nature really hits there. You've got your winged creatures bringing you messages. You're feeling abundant, but this is about you doing it on your own. You don't have all this external need. You're taking steps on your own, and you're not having to involve a lot of other people with that. Yeah, Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. This is crazy. So you've gotten 3 of the same cards from that period there. So you're letting go. You're continuing to let go of those emotions and relationships that no longer serve you. So during these 2 months is when you're slowly letting go and making those steps toward that there. That's crazy. Yeah, and then you got the Page of Cups. So new emotions. This is that freeing feeling. When a page is someone who brings messages. So of course you're going to be continue to get messages, from your intuition, from the other side, from your whole support team on the other side. But the page also represents that childlike feeling of emotion. If you go back to when you were a toddler, before we were so heavily influenced on, good girl, good boy, bad boy, and being told how we should feel, when we should feel it, and all the reasons when we would feel that, just all those conditioning that we have. When you go back before that, there's this freedom, this free feeling of feeling your emotions, you flow through an emotion and you move on to the next one. You don't, we were taught to hold grudges. We're taught to seek revenge. And so Page of Cups is about this free-flowing new emotion and really connecting, to this powerful place here, which is, when you connect to the higher realm, they are of the essence. We ultimately, our higher self, we're made of unconditional love. That's what we are. So whenever you connect to this higher realm, you just get flooded with that. And as this human creature that we are, that walks along this earth, we don't feel unconditional love until we connect to the other side. We're always feeling a conditional love. In the beginning, when we're children, before we get this conditional love cage put around us, we do feel, that unconditional love, in the earlier parts of our life, because we haven't forgotten it as much yet. I think it was Wayne Dyer that said whenever he would go and be around young children by themselves, he would go, "Tell me about God," because they have not usually have forgotten as lot, and he was amazed at the things that they would tell him. We're going to look at the next 2 months that follow this, and for that we're going to pull a card here from the Energy Oracle cards. I'm just going to take a quick swig of coffee. To wet the whistle. All right. So here we go. I'm going to give these energy cards a shuffle and see what else the Creator would like you to know about this next 2 months. I'm excited to find out here, because this 2 months is really letting go of a lot of stuff, making room for new things coming in. A lot of the stuff you came to your face here, you're putting into action about what you're letting go. So Creator, what do you want our Capricorns to know about this next 2 months? Okay, double duty. So you got, blossoming abundance. That makes total sense with all these pentacles that you had. So you just continue to have just such a fruitful experience here. Yep, and Healer of the Ages, card number 51, which is this card number 51 here too. So, this being of unconditional love and light, what a wonderful connection you have with that, and this totally relates to one another here. Well, let me read from the book here. I'm going to read number 51 here first. And that's health and vitality. So yeah, definitely, when the Queen Pentacles about the self-nurturing and making sure you're taking care of yourself and healing, says this powerful being brings the forces of ancient wisdom and profound healing. The light of the divine consciousness pours from his hands and heart, flowing to you with love and a powerful healing intention. So this amazing entity is with you now, bringing resolution to physical, mental, and emotional ills, helping to unblock stuck energy and revitalizing your life force. You may have felt the strong presence recently, or you may just be opening to the wonderful sensations now. You can call upon this emissary of miraculous transformation whenever you need vitality, balance, or renewal. Know that at the deepest level, an important healing is taking place. And that is so perfect because, definitely connection to the higher source, connection to your higher, the higher realms, keeping that connection in this wonderful just message of that you can always call on them. They're always there for you. Let's look at number 3 here. This is increasing wealth and value. So this card shows a beautiful golden garden in the springtime with coins and new flowers blossoming all around. They even hang like fruit on the tree above. Upright, this card signals a new increase in wealth, possibly in a dramatic and unexpected way. So be aware that you sow the seeds of your own wealth and prosperity, much like a gardener works the ground and begins to see blooming results take hold. So this card upright indicates that the universe is blessing you and helping the fruits of your labor to blossom. So smell the flowers and tend to new growth. Be grateful and enjoy. Yep. So definitely all these pentacles here, the 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. And I think you got the 3 of Pentacles there. Definitely this bounty. So all this that you're letting go of and making room for allows all this wonderful abundance to come in during these 2 months. And we're going to pull some additional everyday tarot to see what else the Creator wants you to know about these 2 months as well. Creator, what else do you want our Capricorns to know about these next 2 months, please? Okay. What else? Okay. There we have it. So we will start here. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles. This is totally about patience and blossoming, and because this is the only knight in the deck out of the 4 that is about patience and basically watching the harvest come. The Pentacles is the outside world, so it's watching as your abundance comes in. It takes its time for things to blossom, and so your patience was worth the wait, throughout these 2 months as you started to make those changes, and now you're seeing the fruits starting to unfold there. Yeah, got death. So death and rebirth. So there are things that those things that you were this 8 of Cups, the things that you were letting fall away, those things are ending, and then you have these new beginnings coming in. And so it's not a bad thing, and you can mourn relationships that, are no longer there. If you want to feel those emotions, feel that loss. Don't resist feeling the loss, but move through the feeling of loss, knowing that it celebrate the things that it brought you, but also understand that it's making room for the new things. Because you get the 4 of Cups here. This is the things that no longer served you. These are the things you did, and this is the new cup, like this Page of Cups. It's bringing you this cup of the new emotions, the new feelings. And, when things end, sometimes we go, oh, did I need to end that? And the message for this card for me really is when you did what you always did, you get what you always got. It's time for something new. It's this new journey you're on that's bringing you what you really, really, really want. And here's that balance, Here's the Page of Cups again. This is your higher, it's a lot like the Holy Grail or the vessel that the water bearer Aquarian brings the living water to the zodiac signs. It's this water is what helps feed our lower self, our small human side of us is thirsty, and it's seeking unconditional love. So the external things like these 3 cups on the bottom, they didn't fulfill us. We drank from them and we still were thirsty. Well, this is the living water that fills us up. It's just like the alchemist in a way. So it's balancing your physical world with the spiritual, because the spiritual world is what really quenches our thirst. And you can see they have 1 foot on land, which is our physicalness, our brain, our thinking, our thoughts. And then 1 foot in the waters, which is our emotion. So it brings fulfillment to both our mind, body and spirit, and soul and emotions. And then you've got the King of Cups here. So this King of Cups is, of course, a ruler of the emotions, and he brings in the mind along with the emotions. So it's really a balance between again, this balance between heart and mind, and you don't feel so out of control. No matter what storms come, you're able to, kind of drop into under the sea into your emotions and feel calm. Even though there's a storm going on around you, you're able just to keep this calmness. The words peace, comma, be still. And you can have this stillness within with whatever comes. And you have a lot of abundance and stuff coming in for you. And sometimes that can be overwhelming as well. So you got the 9 of Wands again. You had the 9 of Wands here. So this, you're the one that's holding yourself back, so this is that remembering in that awareness for you, because, when things start going good, we start, our mind can start working and going, oh, when's the other foot going to drop? Is this going to maintain? What if I lose this? All this stuff starts to happen where we start creating this block for ourselves. And so, revisiting these, whatever you discovered during this month about what was holding you back, kind of the face comes back up again for you to look at. But where this was the thing that was holding you back from doing all this is like what is blocking you from taking your next step, going into this next area. So it's not the same situation, but it's the same type of energy that you're dealing with, and understanding, okay, how am I getting in my own way? And you also can feel like you're getting exhausted because you're investing so much of yourself and attaching to outcomes that you're, it's like you're like, oh, I don't know if I can continue doing this. And it's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, because we got 4 of Wands. This is all about celebrations, marriages, weddings, social events. It's basically just to celebrate how far you've come and what you've done. And so that's what you can do with this 9 of Wands, is kind of look at it with this 4 of Wands. Celebrate all the little steps as you go along. Don't think you have to get to here to celebrate. You're here and you're like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to celebrate until I get to here. And that's, looking at future outcomes. If you can't celebrate here, how are you gonna celebrate here? Because there's always gonna be something more that you're wanting. But when you realize you have everything you need, right inside you, you can celebrate every step of the way, and just make every step that you take a celebration, and be in the moment, enjoy the moment, gratitude like it talked about in here, thankful for what you do have, because when you focus on lack, that's what grows. When you focus on your abundance, that's what grows. So continue to blossom, blossom, blossom. Yeah. And then you have the King of Pentacles. So you have the Queen, the 9, and now you have the King, who is basically the master of abundance, that is so full of gratitude for what the life has brought, finding that abundance within, seeing that there's so much to be thankful for and grateful for in their lives. Because King of Pentacles moves from the Ace of Pentacles all the way through, so it's experienced, understood, lack and understood abundance, and is just in this comfortable place of what abundance means. So it's really this wonderful journey that you have had, discovering your beliefs about lack and about your worthiness in receiving. And then we're going to move into the final month here just to see where your culmination ends up for this part of your journey, because this is kind of where you end up and how you're heading into your next adventure, because yes, your adventure continues, adventure after adventure after adventure. This whole life is one huge culmination of adventures, and then when we're done with this character in this life, we continue on as our higher selves into even more adventures. So adventures never cease. And for this, we're going to pull one card from the Secret Language of Light deck. So, Creator, what would you like our Capricorns to know about this final month in this part of their adventure, please? Okay. And you got Light Beings. And that's card number 35. Can't imagine. We haven't talked about light beings at all. So, enlightened soul information. So this image depicts a light being. The term light being is used to describe a range of ethereal forms, including guides and angels. And they observe your life from a higher perspective, so that they can see the most auspicious path for you to create your dreams and desires. Sometimes your light beings may seem to take you down a path fraught with difficulty. However, everything happens for a reason. Just as we know a baby will eventually walk, you will also find your footing and attain your dreams. Your light beings are not here to save you, for that would interfere with your ability to create unique paths and conclusions. They are the keepers of the faith that hold and stream your past, present, and future dreams and desires to your heart. Only you can decide what to do with that information. You can't get it wrong, for your light beings will just show you another way. So I love that. There's no fear of failure. It's like we try something, it doesn't work out. There's going to be other ways that come around for us. And as long as you're living, celebrating in each moment, grateful for what is, then you just take another path, I love these cards because they come with inspired reflections and actions. There's 3 of them, and I'll read them to you, and whichever one resonates with you, or ones, you can focus on during your 6-month adventure here. So the first one is acknowledge how your soul sees you. Modify your beliefs about yourself in accordance with the way your soul sees you. And number 2, clear your mind of yesterday's dirt to enable a clear connection to your light beings. Meditation is as necessary as a daily shower. 5 minutes a day will quiet your mind, calm your body, and allow an unshakable peace to move through you. And number 3, ask for a sign or a feeling that your light beings are around you, and they will give you one. And then lastly, this comes with journal work, if you so feel inclined. It says, draw or write about 3 ways you believe you have connected with your light beings. It might be a feeling, a sense, a knowing, or a physical sign. For example, feathers and butterflies are reminders to feel and be light. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this for you. So just know as you're going throughout this 6-month adventure that every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. So have a wonderful 6-month adventure here, and we will talk to you soon. You take care now. All right, my Capricorns, if you chose reading number 3, which is the red hot air balloon, then this is the reading for you. We're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Enchanted Map Oracle. And this is going to represent what the Creator wants you to know about this first month. You're going to be bringing in energies and experiences into this month. And this is what the Creator wants you to know about what you're doing with that energy and experiences during this first month of your adventure. So we're going to pull a card here, the Enchanted Map Oracle. Let's give them a good shuffle here. All right, Creator, what do you want our Capricorns to know about their first month, please? Okay. This, we get two. Nice. So you've got the Magic Stream, card number 18. And you also got 17, the card right before it, amazingly enough, which is Ghost Lands. So we'll read from here, but yeah, basically, so you got going with the flow and this new just stream of beautiful energy coming into this month. I mean, you're facing the ghost of the past too, those memories, those things, those should-bes, those supposed-to-bes, those experiences, that, like I said, you're bringing in here. I mean, you have this time here that you just feel bound by things should be happening within a certain period of time. And I kind of like get this, whenever I get this card, it's like the ghost of Christmas past. It's revisiting you, and so it's about bringing you to coming back to the present, not focusing so much on the past here. But let's read these and see what messages the Creator has here for you. So for Ghostlands, it says you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. So whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and the future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. Ain't that the truth? The future has no substance right now. It's a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps toward a goal or dream. And these steps are important now during this month. So the same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. So live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. And I love that because it talks about, the magic reaches out in every direction, and here's the magic stream. So let's read what that has to say. Everything is connected through universal flow of consciousness. So every experience you have seems to have its own life story with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there's danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they're all part of the continuity and a greater evolution. So like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. There's this collective awareness that's shared, and it's a storehouse of potential. When you remember your part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for greater inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. All right. Beautiful. So some great messages here about being in the now and allowing this moment to fill you up and flow out, to others as well. Really a message of, past, present, future, beginning, middle, end, and about knowing that you're in the middle of things. We're always in the now, in this moment. There's always, an ending is a new beginning. So there's continuity and continuation of flow anyway. We're going to pull some additional cards here from the Light Seers deck just to see what else the Creator wants you to know about this first month for you. Spread the magic. There's magic in the moment, and that magic gets to fill you up and flow out to the world. And what is that magic? What is that magic? My personal belief is that the unconditional love energy of the creator of all things is the source of miracles and magic, right? So, creator, what else do you want our Capricorns to know about this first month, please? Okay, what else? All right, and anything else? Last pass. Wow, okay. We've got quite an involved first month, and that is quite all right. So we will take these as they came out. Yeah, so I talked about sharing with the world and you'll impact the world, and there you go. The world is a beautiful card. It's about success. It's about endings and completings. It's a cycle ending. You can see how the snake ends here. So it ends and it starts again. And so it's definitely a card of you've reached completion in some things and you're ready for the start of something new. And, definitely, this whole beginnings, middle, ends, past, present, future. It's, really a great message of timing and trusting the timing of things. It never ends. It's like this circle, like it said. There's this continuity, and there's this message of when you focus and attach to outcomes, then you don't find fulfillment in the moment, because it's always when, then I'll feel this way, then I'll feel complete. But when you get to that point, there's always going to be a different when that pushes you off, more and more and more and more into the future. So I have this, it's like my to-do list. I'm like, I once had the illusion that someday I would complete my to-do list, but lo and behold, the to-do list never ends until this human experience ends. So it's like, don't get caught up into the end result. Enjoy the process and the journey as you go. Yeah, because you got a lot on your mind here. This is, the swords are your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, and there's all those black crows are all those thoughts that are on your mind. That this is like nightmares, insomnia, things keeping you up at night, and all that stress. But it's beautiful is that you're getting to the point ready to let go of all these beliefs and thoughts and things that are haunting you, and like the ghost, right? Because here's this bright light belief and thought that's coming in that's going to replace a lot of these as you're learning to let those thoughts and beliefs go. You got an 8 plus 1 is 9 here. So this magic stream is with that letting go and letting your life flow instead of trying to control things so much. Because all these thoughts are fears about how things should be, trying to define you. When you do this, then you're lovable. When you do this, you're lovable. When you are with this person, you're lovable. When you have this job, you're lovable. When you have all these things, you're lovable. And all those whens are unstable. And so this is why you feel unstable, and, again, all these nightmares and all these things that are just on you all the time. You're letting them go. I feel like this flow of water is you're just taking thoughts out of your mind and looking at them and going, is this true? Do I have to be in a relationship to be happy? That's what we're taught, but I don't. You put it in the water and it flows way down the stream. And you're just having this wonderful month. And definitely this culmination is what's happening. I mean, you've been doing this inner thinking and inner reflecting for months, but this is the month where it comes to a head. Yeah, because here you go. Chariots, because you're making the decisions. You're looking at what you're focusing on is growing. So whatever you focus on is what goes. This always reminds me of the story of the white wolf and the dark wolf. Everyone has one inside you. And whatever we feed whichever one we feed is what becomes stronger and takes us in the direction in our life. So if we focus on all the love and joy, laughter and unconditional love in our life, that's where, we're taken to. But if we focus on, the fears, then we're taken in that journey. And there's nothing wrong with that. We come here to experience both roads. And so, we get to choose when we're ready a different choice if we don't like what we're experiencing. The Chariot also represents this. When you're looking at the major arcana, the 7 is the first, if you split them up from 1 to 7, 8 to 14, 15 to 21, which is the world, and have this full off by itself, which is the 0 card, you have these 3 stages of your life. And this 7 is the first ending of that first kind of adventure and journey, which is understanding our ego, understanding our fears, understanding this human experience that we're going along. So it has this culmination of, you're reaching that end of that understanding about okay, I understand why I wanted to experience what I wanted to experience, but I'm ready for the next level, which is going into your spiritual side. And here you go, 3 of Wands. 2 of Wands is getting from planning A to B to C to D to D. And this is like you've reached A to B and you're ready to step into literally the C. And so this is ready for that next level, like I was talking about. So you're definitely ready to take this next leap and to out into the oceans to ride those waves. Let me just move these over a little bit. And then you have the 7 of Swords. And, so that Chariot, this is really bringing up the questioning your thoughts. You have all the feathers that you're carrying around you in your backpack. That's like your experiences and the things that you glean, the messages you received going through life. And here's the bright moon that's bringing, brightness and awareness around it all. And here is thoughts and beliefs that are making themselves known, obviously, because usually thoughts and beliefs are, they're circling around us, or like in here, circling around our head. And so they're going through there. But this one is an indicator that you have been getting these messages that have just been in your face. There's no question. It's like it's coming from every direction. And again, this is so loud and in your face. It's like right there in your face, making noise, making itself known because it wants you to look at it. And so it's been getting louder and louder. And this is the month you're like, fine, let's talk, little bird. Let's look into our thoughts here, which is great because, here you have your High Priestess. So you are definitely digging into the unknown, digging into the unconscious, the subconscious, connecting to your higher self and the higher realms, opening up to understanding what life is about, why you chose what you chose, why did I come here, why do I believe what I believe, is that true, what else is there? So there's this wonderful seeing behind the curtain, seeing behind the veil, and understanding your life so much more deeply because of this connection to the higher places. And that's what brings in this white bird, these new thoughts in, because you're seeing things from this higher place. This moonlight is very much reminiscent of the High Priestess. She's connection to the moon cycles, to that moon energy, which gives us that connection to the higher realms. And really, the 9 of Pentacles, you're finding your worth, you're finding your gratitude, you're finding your abundance. And your winged creatures here, your winged messengers are bringing that to you, showing you, it's like, this is what's bringing you abundance. There's all these other fruits and stuff out there, but you're being able to see what truly abundance is. And it's like you're redefining what abundance means in your life too, which is a wonderful thing because we learn that all those external things out there don't fulfill us. They leave us feeling lacking. I joke around with my roommate a lot. We're like, it's like American Chinese food. You eat these external things and you're hungry an hour later, and it makes you thirstier. It doesn't quench your thirst, it makes you even thirstier and hungrier. But when we find the love within us, that is what we're truly searching for. Here you go, page of swords. So all these bright lights and bulbs, you have new thoughts, new beliefs coming in. You've been walking this tightrope here of this sword, which is the thought, of the past thoughts, those past beliefs. You've got all those swords of how things should be, but here you become free and you're learning new ways to believe, because you're letting beliefs go, which is making room for these new higher beliefs, ones that bring you this brightness. I mean, look at the difference between these two cards. Dark beliefs, sadness, feeling overwhelmed, almost desperate, and then moving into the brightness and these new ways of thinking, and then those new higher ways of thinking. So just a great month of awareness that's hitting you, and bringing those things to light. And I just love that bird. I love crows and ravens anyway. And that loud noise they make, you just can't ignore it. All right, we're going to move into the next, into the following 2 months. This is month 1 of the adventure, and this will represent the next 2 months. And for that, we're going to pull a card here from the Art of Manifestation Oracle. All right, Creator, what do you want our Capricorns to know about the next 2 months, please? You got Stay on Course, number 50. Beautiful butterflies, and I will let you see that, and then I'll read it. So it says, you are facing some big stuff in your life right now. This card is a request that you keep going and stay on course, however challenging this may feel. Please be reassured that right now, this is the appropriate way forwards. The universe supports your direction, and slow and steady progress is assured. Yeah, the transition of a caterpillar to a butterfly does take time, but you're on the right course. And so all this stuff that you're dealing with, they're giving you a big thumbs up saying, yes, this is the route to go. Keep taking these actions, keep taking these steps. I'm just gonna take a quick swig of coffee. All right, then we're gonna pull some Everyday Tarot to see what additional messages the Creator has for you for these 2 months. But yeah, I imagine this is a big, it says you're facing big stuff, and you are. I mean, this is all coming to this culmination, and this is you doing that, doing the reflection, doing the inner searching, taking that time to yourself to connect, as your high priestess, connecting to that higher spiritual realm of unconditional love and light. All right, Creator, what else do you want Capricorns to know about these next 2 months, please? Okay, what else? Nope, I said not those. What else, please? Okay. Anything else? Okay. We'll look at this one first since it made itself known. So you got the Four of Pentacles, which really represents that you have everything you need inside you. During this month, you see your abundance. You have enough to give to some people, even. You have extra. You have more than enough. But you also are turning away from the city there, in that you don't need to have what everyone is saying that you need to have. And that is this wonderful, this place of this Nine of Pentacles is that you're realizing what abundance is, and it doesn't need to be defined by society and by these external things. And so you realize when you start letting go of all those old definitions of abundance and success, you get to redefine what that means for you And no one else gets to decide that for you, and you don't get to decide that for anyone else. You get to decide that for you. And so that just really is part of your transformation. Yeah. You have the Seven of Cups here too. So you're really figuring things out. Cups are your emotions. You're just a barrel of them, and it's talk about dealing with big stuff. You have so much going on, so many emotions coming through you, and it's okay. This is a card of saying that emotions are normal. It's what we come here to experience, and there's no wrong emotion. What we tend to do, though, is we resist the emotion. We resist feeling it, thinking it's a bad emotion, something that we shouldn't be feeling. Because if I feel that, then that means I'm not a success. That means I'm a failure. That means I'm not strong. It means I'm weak. And really, when we realize this new concept and with this Page of Swords, you're realizing new things, that I come here to experience all these emotions. And I come here to experience, and so I am. There's not a wrong emotional choice. I don't have to act on my emotions, though, that I'm feeling. I can simply feel it and let it go. There's this wonderful book that I'm reading called Whole Brain Living by Dr. Jill, and I'm so sorry I forgot her last name, but it's a beautiful thing because she talks about the 90-second cycle where an emotion's triggered, our mind goes through feeling that emotion, and 90 seconds it's done its route, and we can refill it again and get on a loop. That's generally what we do when we're fearing something, is we just keep going, and off we go. Whereas 90 seconds, we can feel it, not act on it, breathe through it, and then move on to something else if we so choose. And that's that power that you receive and you realize. So emotions, you get to feel emotions. It's big stuff. It's okay. Yeah, because you got the Four of Wands. Celebrate. This is, normally weddings, social events, da. But I really feel like for you, this is like celebrate each step. Celebrate what you feel. Celebrate what you experience, because everything is worth celebrating. I know it's weird and it might be difficult to accept at this point, but sadness is something to celebrate. We don't have sadness on the other side. Everyone's happy. We don't even know what happy is until we come here to experience what it feels like to not be happy. And experiencing what it's not, we see what it is. And I have this example of air. You breathe air all the time. You don't even know there's air because it's always been there and you've always been breathing it. And then you go underwater and you're like, oh, air. I have a clearer understanding of what air is. So definitely a celebration, choosing to be thankful in each moment, grateful for what is. And we get to decide what a situation is, because things just are until we put our story around it. Yeah, here you go. So you're spending your time doing your work, finding your inner light, finding your inner wisdom, this High Priestess. This is just the hermit's journey. It doesn't mean that you don't have social events. It just means you're making sure to take that time alone to understand yourself and to understand what's making you tick, what your adventure is, what your journey is. So just really like a continuation of this High Priestess energy. Yeah, here you go. Because you got the King of Swords, which the King of Swords, you get out of your mind, you balance it with your emotions. This is like the cups here. He's sitting on there. He's maintaining some beliefs, but he also has his hand open. So he's doing his thinking. He's the master of his mind. And how he did that is he balances it with emotions. That's that whole process there. Because this is what you realize, that swords again, Eight of Swords, all your beliefs, thoughts, all these expectations and all those things that you've been taught, all that conditioning, your own thoughts are what bind you and blind you. And so you realize that I am the source of my stress and de-stress. And at first that's a tough cookie to swallow, but hey, it's a cookie. And you learn that, hey, this cookie is empowering, because if I'm the one that's binding me, and I'm the only one that can, I'm the only one that can set myself free, but I'm also the one that gets to keep myself free in the future. I don't have to fear, that this is that whole, I'm the one that puts the story to the situation. Everything just is, but I'm the one that's putting, the story to everything. I'm the one determining what it means about me, others, and the world. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the next 2 months, and for that we're going to pull a card here from the Energy Oracle cards. And we'll see what the Creator wants you to know about the next 2 months. All right, Creator, what else would you like our Capricorns to know about this 2 months following? Okay. You got the Sun, so number 1, and this is a very abundant card. Like the Sun in the regular tarot is, just about abundance. You're coming out of the darkness into the light. It's got both Moon and Sun energy, which is just, just a beautiful thing. You got clarity, you've got abundance, positivity in your life. You just feel this, it's coming out of the dark night of the soul, like this, coming out into the brightness of the day. And let's read what the book has to say for you too here. There we go. And it says, new beginnings and great creativity. So the Sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. So just as the Sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. This card often marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of an important new project, such as the birth of a baby, or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and your mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create, and know the sun is shining on your intentions now. So excellent. So definitely, this feels like going through big stuff, getting clarity, identifying things, and then your intentions and direction change because of the new information that you have and the new energy, the new faith, the new, just clarity in your eyesight. You know where you want to go, and so you start heading that direction full of that energy. And we're going to pull more everyday tarot here just to see what else the Creator would like you to know about these 2 months. Right, Creator, what else would you like our Capricorns to know about these next 2 months, please? And I'm sorry if you can hear my stomach growling. I think it's almost lunchtime. All right. Okay, what else? That is it, they say. So let's take these one at a time. And we've got, 10 of Pentacles. So definitely abundance overflowing. This is like the, kind of like this. Not only like the 9 of Pentacles here is about fulfillment and abundance with you, but you're so abundant that it actually rolls out onto other people and It's like almost like, it's called like a legacy card. So not only what you're doing impacts yourself, it impacts, everyone and generations to come. It's like, this is the family tree, tree of life, that what you do influences, and your abundance just rolls out of you into everyone else as well. And Empress, so you got birth, rebirth, creativity. So again, reiterating a lot of what was said in there. Mother Nature, getting out into nature. But this is, definitely about abundance. And because of the feminine, divine feminine energy in there, it is about the emotional feeling of it as well. Pentacles is about the outside, and the Empress is about the outside, but also the emotional fulfillment and feeling complete and whole. Just a lot of abundance coming in for you here. And it's beautiful to see this too, especially with the Eight of Swords here. You have the Six of Swords, which is moving from old thought into new. So you're leaving old thoughts behind and moving into new ways of thinking, new beliefs, new awarenesses, new attitudes. And definitely that's, we see the world as we are. And so you're changing on the inside and you're seeing things on the outside. The sun is just bursting in the inside of you, and it's flowing into your outside world. And then here we go again. Here's the sun energy and the moon energy. And so definitely still staying connected to your intuition, your higher self. So this path continues, the High Priestess, the Hermit. You still are digging into the unknown, just with this thirst of the spiritual search and the unknown. So just really... all this stuff, all this discovery you're making, is bringing this brightness. I mean, literally, if you look at this, it's a lot of the same look here and feel. So it's definitely, not only do you connect with the inner light, the sun, but the moon, you're like during your darker times, you're having a full moon, because the brightness is, the moon is reflecting fully that the sun there. And you have the Knight of Swords, so you're taking action. These new thoughts and these new ways of being, you're not just going, okay, I understand that. It's not about just an inner thing. You're walking your walk, you're putting it into action, into your external world. So you definitely have movement and action. And Queen of Cups. So you definitely, Queen of Cups is like my idea of the High Priestess in the minor arcana, because the cups are all about the emotions. The divine feminine, you have the connection to the universe in her hair. And so it's really definitely about maintaining, it's right above the moon here too. So maintaining that beautiful connection you have to the higher realms, to the deeper realms of unconditional love and light. That is this transformational, piece to it all. I mean, because you've got it here, you've got the Hermit doing the inner work, and you've got the moon and the Queen of Cups too. So, you find the inner brightness in there in the depths of your soul. And, that's truly the sun, right? So yeah, definitely a lot of abundance, a lot of expression, a lot of just spirit, soul, mind, and body. Just wonderful new wholeness coming into your life during these 2 months. And then for the last card we're going to pick here, it's going to be one card from the Secret Language of the Light deck, and it's going to represent your final month, the culmination of what this has got you to as you roll into your next adventure. Because yes, we're always in continued adventure, from adventure to adventure. Even when this adventure ends as this human ego character, we continue onto another adventure and another adventure, because we are never ending. Right, Creator, what's your final message for our Capricorns for this reading, please? Okay. You do want that one there. Yeah, no kidding. Insight. And there you go. The whole culmination of your journey for these 6 months. Actually, this is for our whole lives, but that's come here to experience what we're not, to remember who we are, and to really understand and see ourselves more clearly. It says, refine your psychic senses. You are or about to see further, higher, and deeper through space and time. Your psychic skills are expanding and seen through the lens of your soul. Hone your abilities by reading about or doing a workshop on intuitive development. We are all psychic. It's part of who we are. But we have thrust this ability into the background in favor of other senses. Problems occur when we keep looking at the manifested world for proof of our worth. You are worthy because you are here. There's nothing to prove. You could become an intuitive reader if this is something you desire. Could also mean you are learning to trust what you feel, and the next steps to take will drop into your mind in the following days. So during this month, new next steps will pop into your mind. These cards also come with inspired reflections and actions, and there's 3 of them for this card. So if any of these resonate with you, then you can look at implementing them during these 6 months. The first one is join a local meditation group or psychic circle. You will learn how to trust the insights and wisdom you receive. Number 2, when your phone rings, before you look at the caller, bring a name into your mind and see if they match. Ooh, exciting. And number 3, before meditating, place a clear quartz crystal in the middle of your forehead for 2 minutes and ask for clarity about a subject. Very cool. These also come with journal work, so if you feel so inclined, you can do this. It says, start a symbol dictionary in your journal. Write down any sign you may receive with a quick explanation of what it means to you. You know, there are universal symbols like the Om or Ankh that mean similar things around the world, but most symbols will be personal to you. For instance, if I see a snake, I know I'm about to shed an old belief. I have no fear of snakes and see it as a positive sign that I'm creating a path of my heart. For someone who is fearful of snakes, it might be a symbol of old fears that are still active in them. So beautiful. I love that journal work. I might have to do that myself. But wonderful, wonderful journey. I mean, this is, wow, definitely culminating in this. And what an exciting adventure you'll be heading off to with that knowledge and that awareness. But yeah, just know as you're going throughout this adventure that every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. We'll talk to you soon. Enjoy your 6-month adventure. You take care now.